A Mother's Day
It's
service
Saturday,
synopsis.
and you know what happens on Saturday? I give you guys my synopsis. Yes, and today is no different. Now, Pastor Allen was there, and his sermon was about women, wives, and mothers. Well, we know tomorrow is Mother's Day, so I expect nothing less. And I'm telling you, his sermon was powerful. Powerful. And I encourage you guys to go check it out on YouTube at WOC Church, World Outreach Church. Right? So, yes. And he started off saying that, you know, it's a blessing to have a godly woman in a household, right? And you start with the woman, and then that woman becomes a godly wife, who in turn becomes a godly mother. And I'm telling you, it's a blessing to have, because a godly wife would cover her husband, yes, cover her home, cover her family. And then a godly mother would cover her children, would raise them up in the knowledge of the Lord, right? We want household raising children to make it to the kingdom, not just to live. So he was saying what a blessing a godly woman is, right? And I know when you say godly woman, he is saying you're not just saying you're a godly woman, but your characteristics, your actions showcase that, right? And I truly, truly agree with him wholeheartedly. I think it is truly a blessing for any man to find a godly woman. Yes, first, as a woman, she already have an established relationship with God, and then she takes that relationship into a marriage where, she starts covering, yes, and then she takes that relationship and show it through her actions as an example for her children. Yeah, is he describing someone you know? If he is, you should let that woman know what a treasure she is. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. No, but I truly mean that. Truly, truly mean it. So he went on to talk about his own mother and, her journey into finding the Lord, and how his household changed when she had found God, and she didn't only find him for herself, but she lived him, and they got the benefits of that. He even talked about how a lot of what he learned about God was through the examples of his mom. Hello? Yeah, she didn't just say she was a godly woman. She lived the life of a godly woman, and so her children saw that example. What a blessing, right? Yes, and so he had some lessons. He talked about that he learned from his mom, lessons from a godly mother, and one is to tell the truth. I tell my kids that all the time. Own your shit. Yes, don't come with the excuses. No, own it. I would respect you if you own your stuff. No excuses here. So I totally get that. Yeah, and I always tell them the truth will set you free. Yes, but lying? Oh, hell no. And I catch you in a lie, then I can't trust you, and you ain't problem. You have problems. Yes, so I get that. Totally. And then he said, she taught them about prayer. Praying woman. I pray for my kids. I covered them every day. God is my witness. Every day I am covering them, asking God to keep them and bless them. I don't just cover them. I cover their fathers. I cover myself. I cover my family. It is good to intercede for others, but I also tell my kids they have to pray for themselves. I can't only just cover them. They have to cover themselves. So I loved that. And then he talked about hospitality and people matter. Again, tell my kids it's always good to do good for others. You want to treat people the way you want to be treated. And they see that. I'm a stickler for that. I want to always treat people the way I want to be treated. So, yeah, totally love it. Do you love that so far? Yeah, so the next one is give your best to God. Hello. You know that's my motto. Yes, when we dress to go to church, we want to dress in our best, because I just say, if we give our best to God, if we respect God's house and his presence, then my children in 10 would be more respectful of his law. You know, it might seem like such a small thing, but that small thing matters. I can't even talk. It matters, you know. So my kids and I, we dress for church. Yes, I want them to respect God and respect his house. And we are showing up for him, you know. God is in the presence of his house. And so they need to have that respect for that. And if they have the respect for his house, then they would respect his law and, you know, keep his commandments. At least that is my hope and prayer for them. And it starts simple thing as dressing for church. So I get that. We want to give God our best. We always require God's best. You know, we want God to give us the best, but are we giving him our best? Well, I know. I am trying hard to teach my kids that, not just teach, but show in my actions. Yeah, and it's okay to be different, right? Anyway, the next one, he was, I think, authority and then attitude, right? An authority, we want to respect God. And attitude, you want to do it with an attitude of gratitude. And you guys know I am big on gratitude. I am grateful for everything. I know I sometimes feel like I sound like a broken record, but that's how I truly feel. I am grateful for everything. I mean, I'm always telling God thank you, because it is not by my strength that I get anything done. And I let my kids know that. It's not by my strength. It is by the grace of God and his strength, his doing. And so we must be grateful, thankful for all that he has done for us. So those were some of the things Pastor talked about, and I was just soaking it up. And so I asked my kids after, does what he said sound familiar? And they all said, yeah, because it's things that I constantly are telling them. So I felt like I could give myself a little pat. Because I'm trying hard to do God's will where they are concerned. And I guess I am. Okay, so I'm not trying to sound braggish or arrogant. Lord, no. Parenting is not an easy job. I mean, being a Christian is not an easy job. Living for Jesus every day is not easy. Far from it. Because like I said, when the enemy sees that you're trying to live for God, he is going to try to trap you up any which way he can. But what I can say is God's grace, his strength, his mercy, everlasting, unmatched. And so it's only by God's grace, his mercy, his strength, we are making it day by day. And that's how we take it, day by day. Tomorrow will handle itself. I'm dealing with just today. And for those who saying, as a Christian woman, I'd be saying the word shit. Let me just clear it up. I'm Caribbean. That is not a cuss. It is not a curse word in the Caribbean. I grew up saying it. Anyway, to get back to what Pastor Allen was saying, it was an amazing service, and I'm grateful for it, because it told me that I am doing the right thing, and I'm trying. It's not easy, like I said, but by God's grace, we all will make it. I hope you guys were encouraged. I hope. Anyway, you know what I always say? Let's thank God for every day. Every day above ground is a blessing. It truly is. Until the next one.